The second one is something I find really helpful. I don't know where I put my, where did I put my orange one? Hello, it is Flo, and today I'm back with another tip video. Today we're going to be talking to you guys, well, I'm going to be talking to you guys about some tips that I have for studying / like online learning and stuff, because I struggle with it. I know other people struggle with it, so here's some things that I've found useful that maybe schools don't teach you or don't endorse. So yeah. Quick disclaimer, obviously these may not all work for you, but you know, just try them out. There's no harm in trying them, and if they don't work, they don't work, but they work for me. But then again, yeah, everyone's different. But try them out, see what happens, and let's go on with the video. First one which I have, which again schools, particularly my school, does not endorse, and that is listening to music. Now personally I prefer to listen to music that doesn't have lyrics, but I know some people prefer to listen to music that does have lyrics, and it's just part of that, like having something else on in the background, and it helps me focus and it helps my mind stop drifting. Because I have the attention span of a sieve. So I find that listening to lyricless music really helps make it less boring as well. I will link below my go-to soundtracks for studying that I have, and yeah. The next one is something I have a fair amount of. So I have 2 tangles here, and then a fidget cube and a fidget spinner, so I have a fair amount of stuff, and that is fiddling with something. Just because for me, especially because I have Asperger's, it helps me kind of focus myself and focus my mind. So I used this during my A-levels. I actually did a review on this a couple of years ago, so I'll link that below, I'll put it on the cards somewhere. This was a gift from my sister. This was quite expensive, this was about £30, so not worth it, but it's fine. And then these were just, this one I bought myself for like a couple of quid off eBay's, and then this one my mum bought me because I thought I lost this one, so she gave me this one. So yeah, and again, like I said, it helps me focus my mind, and it gives me something to do in the background so I'm not getting all distracted. I know some people like play apps on their phone and stuff like that, and I will link below both the fidget cube and the tangles, because they're pretty cheap. Next one is kind of a little bit more well known, I guess you could say, and that is have a designated spot for your working place. So would that be the kitchen or the lounge or a specific study room? Just have somewhere that is not your bed, basically. Again, I will link below a very useful video that talks about this in more detail by CGP Grey, and he basically talks about like how it's important to kind of have different areas for different activities so you don't confuse your brain. And I find that really helpful because, you know, the desk is working space, therefore I don't end up getting distracted and things. Item number 4, or thing number 4, is find the time of day that you work best at. For me, I'm a night owl and I work best at night, so you'll often find me up at 1 AM writing my essays instead of 1 PM writing my essays, because I will often stay up late and then sleep in. And I don't know if that's just because I'm a teenager, adolescent, and that's just how my body clock works. I still get all the recommended amount of sleep, but yeah, that's how I work best. So bind with the way you work best and use that. Obviously, you know, if you have a 9-to-5 job, that may not work, but when it comes to independent study, whether it be university or school, find when. So if it's before school, after school, during the night, 6 AM, just try different times out and see what. Lastly, take breaks. The average person can only concentrate for around 45 minutes. And there's lots of different apps and stuff that you can use to help shut your phone off and help you concentrate. The one that I use is quite a popular one, it's Forest. And I'm not sponsored, by the way, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But it basically sets a time on your phone, and during that time you grow a tree. And then at the end of that time, there's a tree in your forest, and you can build up the amount of trees in your forest, and it gives you coins, and you can buy different trees and things like that. I find it really useful. And you can compete with other people as well, but just setting aside, I mean, even if you set an egg timer, and then after that amount of time, after around 20 minutes, I'd say 20 to 45 minutes, work in those segments, get up, go somewhere else, go boil the kettle, go get a snack. Whenever you have breaks, move somewhere else, because again, it's stopping your brain get confused, and it feels more like a break as opposed to I sat down for 4 hours, and even though I did take breaks, it doesn't feel like I took breaks, and it gets you exhausted a lot slower, or a lot less quicker. You don't get exhausted so quickly, basically. So yeah, I usually work in 20-minute segments, or if I'm making notes, then I'll write 2 sides of A4, which usually takes me up to about 45 minutes. My list, I hope you guys find that useful. If you have any other recommendations, put them in the comments below, because we like to help each other out. And like I said, everything, all of the items, tangles and stuff, will be linked in the description below, if I can remember. But until next week, stay safe, and over and out.